Chad, what's going on? What's going on? Man, good afternoon. Man, it's already noon, man. It's crazy. It's already noon. 1:50. 1:50 in the afternoon, man. Almost 2 p.m. It's crazy. Time has fly. Let me give me 1 second, Chad. Let me look at this real quick. Let me check my sound. Make sure we good on my sound. Give me 1 second, Chad. Make sure we good on the sound. Okay, 1 second, Chad. Make sure my sound good. How y'all doing though? How y'all doing, man? Make sure my sound good. Okay, okay, it's good, it's good, it's good, it's good. So right now we live on Kick and YouTube. Hope everybody having a good Monday afternoon, man. Monday. You know what I mean? Let me change my title right quick. Give me 1 second, chat. We're gonna get started. Give me 1 second, chat. Give me 1 second. Let me change my title right quick on give me 1 second, chat. I'm sorry. Give me 1 second. All right, we good, we good, we good, we good, we good. So, hope everybody having a good day, man. I haven't been live on YouTube in about probably like a week or two. You know what I mean? It seems I'm always getting on late or whatever. You know what I mean? So I just might and make some videos or whatever. I might even play the game when I get on late. And me, I don't like getting online so late. I mean, I really don't. But I'm not gonna be online too long. Probably like an hour. You know, what I mean, an hour tops. I'm not gonna be online too long. Just gonna talk about a couple topics. You know what I'm saying? The Chris Johnson news, NFL player retired. Man, came out today. Man, he got ALS. That's a sad situation right there. Fletcher Malcolm, birthday in 3 days. If I don't see you, happy birthday to you. What's up, Gabriel? What's going on? How you doing? Um, so we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna talk about even the BET Awards. Did you see the BET Awards last night? I didn't see the whole thing. I saw some highlights or whatever. We're gonna talk about that too. But besides that, man, let's get into it though. You know, what I mean, let's get into it. So I started the Chris Johnson, man, the Chris Johnson news, former NFL player. He was diagnosed. I don't know when he was diagnosed, but I'm about to read the TMZ article, and I'm gonna play the news clip that a former NFL player. What's his name right here? Oh man, what's his name? Oh man, what's his name? Damn, what's this guy name? He's a former NFL player, played for the New York Giants. Michael Strahan. That's his name. Yeah, Michael Strahan, man. He interviewed Chris S. So it says Ex-NFL star Chris Johnson, man, diagnosed with ALS. It's crazy and sad, man. So it says former NFL superstar Chris Johnson just revealed that he was diagnosed with ALS last year, and the disease has progressed so quickly. He now uses a speech-generating device to communicate. Wow. 40-year-old Tennessee Titans great and his wife Brittany sat down with Michael Strahan on a Good Morning America Monday, where the All-Pro running back stated he first noticed symptoms with weakness in his right hand. So this is Chris Johnson right here, man, former NFL player, very very good fucking NFL running back. After meeting with medical professionals undergoing thorough testing, Johnson received the news at 39 years old he had Lou Gehrig's disease, and a doctor recommended medication that might extend his life by a few months, while also suggesting he get his affairs in order. CJ CJ2K then watched actor Eric Dane and ALS expert Dr. Merrick Winsky, I don't know, that's her damn name, interview on GMM morning and decided to make a call. He said working with her has provided a new approach fighting the disease. Okay, so I remember this guy right here. He was on this TV show that I just finished watching a few months ago. He's a good actor. He died because he had ALS as well. So Johnson is now taking 3 medications that help slow down the illness and participates in therapy that decrease inflammation, but noted he can no longer hold a cup or lift his daughter. Wow, that's crazy. That is crazy and sad, chat. Shortly after he was diagnosed, he had his voice recorded so he can hold conversations with technology that tracks his eyes. Johnson praised his wife for taking care of him, and he's dedicated to fighting the disease while also raising awareness for ALS and research. Johnson was the 24th pick in the 2008 NFL Draft out of East Carolina and spent the majority of his career with the Titans. He broke an NFL record with 2,509 yards from scrimmage in the 2009 season. Johnson made 3 Pro Bowl appearances and was named Offensive Player of the Year as well. Despite the health battle, Johnson made it clear the disease has changed what his body can do, but not who he is inside. One thing that always pointed out besides his dreads, and he was a hell of a quarterback, he had gold teeth in his mouth. And really watching the NFL, I never really seen guys with gold teeth in their mouth before, kind of growing up or whatever. People sometimes look at their physical disability and assume you're not still the same person inside, Johnson said. I still think the same. I still dream. I still love my family. My body just doesn't cooperate. Wow. So, like I say, chat, this guy was a hell of a running back. You know what I mean? So, seeing this right here is very sad. It is very sad. And a lot of people thought it was because of the NFL that, because we already know CTE comes from the NFL, playing NFL as well, from a lot of head injuries, you know what I'm saying? Concussions and stuff like that. But so let's look at the news clip, man, that came out today that kind of broke the news that he got ALS. Let me see. Let me make sure y'all can see this right here, chat. My bad, my bad, my bad. Let me read the comments. Let me read the comments. My bad. Let me see. 6 soldier. What is that? Dermer, Roller, and Maxa. Oh, talking my hair. Hey, that's funny, man. Hey, listen, man. It's part of my family, man. I can't help that. You know what I mean? I can't help that. I still look good though. You know what I mean? So it's cool. Um, that was funny. That was funny, man. That was funny. Make sure you like and subscribe to the video as well, man. You're gonna talk about my hairline. That's crazy. Anyway, let's play this right here, chat. So, former NFL player, running back Chris Johnson reveals ALS diagnosis at 39.
Johnson, touchdown! Chris Johnson, one of the fastest running backs in NFL history, shattered records throughout his career. 80-yard run. So fast, he earned the nickname CJ2K.
Chris Johnson is going to have a Titans touchdown.
He retired in 2017 and has been out of the spotlight. But today, he is sharing something deeply personal.
You've chosen to share some personal news today, and it takes a tremendous amount of courage to share it. What would you like for people to know?
First, I want people to know that I'm still me. ALS has changed what my body can do, but it hasn't changed who I am.
In 2025, at the age of 39, Johnson was diagnosed with ALS, the disease progressing so rapidly that he now uses his eyes to trigger a speech-generating device to speak.
Why do you want to share this now?
Because if sharing my story helps even one person get diagnosed sooner, inspires more research, or gives another family hope, then it's worth it.
Johnson says he was in the prime of his life, working out daily and running errands with his 4 children until ALS changed everything.
Let's go back to last year. When did you notice that something was off?
I first noticed weakness in my right hand. At first, it was little things like my grip didn't feel right, and I wasn't as strong as I've always been.
His wife, Brittany, thought it was something much simpler.
Brittany, what did you think it was at the time?
I thought because of football and, his career, that it had to be something with that, maybe a pinched nerve or something along those lines, but never ALS.
And what did doctors tell you initially about your condition?
We hoped it was something else, but after thorough testing, they finally...
All right, Chad, I'm a player, man, but this scene is right here. Is very, it's very sad. God. I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna finish playing it. I'm gonna get my conclusion at the end.
Came down with a diagnosis of ALS. They told us about a medication that might extend life by a few months. Then they told us to get our affairs in order. It was hard hearing that, but after watching Good Morning America and seeing Dr. Merritt with Eric Dane, we reached out to her. She was willing to think more creatively, offering experimental treatments that might help and advance research.
Dr. Merritt Sikovich is a neurologist and leading ALS researcher at Mass General Brigham Neuroscience Institute.
Chris has been on standard of care, which is about 3 different medications that slow down the illness, but he was also part of a clinical trial, a therapy that decreases inflammation, and I think that helped him a lot.
With no family history of ALS, doctors believe his is a case of sporadic ALS, the most common form of the disease, affecting about 90% of patients, occurring randomly in people with no known family history of ALS.
That's one of the reasons this disease can be so shocking. It can happen to someone who never expected it.
And for me, it's shocking. It's hard to process it for me because I know you, Chris, from just the incredible athlete that you are. How do you process it?
Honestly, I don't know if you ever fully process it. At first, you're in shock. Then you realize you have 2 choices. You can give up or you can fight. I chose to fight.
And Brittany, what was it like for you when you found out that Chris had ALS?
All I could think about was our kids and how young they are. Just, you're in denial. You want it to be anything else. You want the doctors to be wrong. The life that we previously had is like now a thing of the past. But we're still hopeful. We're hopeful, that a breakthrough will happen and that, or, God, a miracle will happen,
And what kind of support has helped you the most through this?
Without a doubt, my wife, Brittany, she hasn't left my side through any of this. My kids are also a huge part of why I keep going. Every day I wake up wanting more time with them to make more memories and just be their dad. They give me a reason to keep fighting.
Love it.
I know, Brittany, the unsung heroes are the caregivers. So what has this been like for you?
Oh, it's tough. It's tough. Like, we have good days, we have bad days, Our life has shifted so much and it's a heavy workload, but I have no doubt that this is what, I was called to do.
So how has it progressed since you've been diagnosed?
It's continued to progress much faster than I ever imagined. I want people to understand just how quickly ALS can attack your body. Just over a year ago, I was picking up my 7-year-old daughter so she make a wish with her birthday cake. Today, I couldn't do that.
And what do you hope people, or you wish people understood about living with ALS?
That your mind stays sharp. People sometimes look at the physical disability and assume you're not still the same person inside. I still think the same. I still dream. I still love my family. My body just doesn't cooperate.
What are the doctors telling you about the treatment and the progression?
Having doctors who are willing to collaborate and explore every reasonable option has meant a lot to my family and me. Right now, there isn't a cure, but we're seeing more research, more clinical trials, and more promising ideas than ever before. Seeing how hard these doctors and researchers are working gives me hope. As long as they're fighting for people with ALS, I'm going to keep fighting too.
Chat, seeing something like that right there, a guy who was a hell of a running back in the NFL, multi-millionaire, take care of his kids and family, friends, or whatever. I mean, you in a place where most people dreamed of being in the NFL and making millions of dollars. And this guy, and he did it well. You know what I mean? And to see this right here a few years later, that now it's like you might don't have that much time to live. And his wife said something that was very emotional right there. What she said that was he was called that was she was called to do, to take care of him. And I'm also gonna play another video that I didn't even thought I was gonna play this, but LeVar Ball, um, is the father of two NBA players, Lonzo Ball and Melo Ball, and his wife kind of left him, and I think she had a stroke or something like that. But I'm gonna play the video after this prayer. But anyway, seeing that red deer makes you think like, damn, his family history never had no ALS. You know what I'm saying? So it just out the blue that something like that can happen to anybody. You know what I mean? It really makes you think and really precious your time on this earth. I'm not really trying to get sentimental, but I'm just saying that this guy had everything. You know what I mean? NFL, money, the wife, the kids, the fame. You know what I'm saying? He had everything. And this was the video right here that I think I still got it. Let me see. That he was just talking something, I think last year. Let me see. Yeah, right here. Okay. This video right here, chat. This was him. Um, they said last year Chris Johnson was at the Senior Bowl, scouting and mentoring the next generation of NFL running backs. So the Senior Bowl is college players who might be going to the NFL or whatever, but it's just a Senior Bowl. You know what I mean? Of the seniors, their last game of the year or whatever. You know what I mean? And this is him right here talking. Let me see.
Pad level low. So they gonna try to take them shots, you know what I'm saying? Get that pad level low. Just being around these guys all week, around the hotels and taking them from different spots and just them soaking up the knowledge. All the questions they have, I'm there for them. They all got my number, anything they need from me, they contact me and all those type of things. So it's not just scouting, it's mentoring these kids and showing them what the right thing to do and letting them know like this game can actually help you out. So go out here and compete. Being around these guys before they even get to the field, the knowledge that they want to know, they want to soak up everything. Like they want to hear about this, hear this story, hear all these different type of things. And then when you get on the field, the questions that they have and the way that they want to compete at drill, because if they coming through the line, they ain't gonna be able to do all that. You got a line right here, a line right there. No.
So as you can see right there, chat, that he was, I don't know, his speech right there kind of can tell that something was going on right there. You kind of can tell how he talked right there. But that was just last year, man, that he seemed healthy, and now to see that right there is a wild situation. But let's move on. So the situation what I was talking about was the Vol Ball. The Vol Ball is a dad of two NBA players, but his wife left him. And let me see if I can pull it up when he said that, because he was on a stream with Leon, who's a streamer. Um, if I can get it to play, I know my internet be acting crazy sometimes. But chat, let me know in the comments though. Like, do y'all know anybody that has ALS, or in your family, or did you know anybody or whatever, or you met anybody who had ALS? Let me know in the chat. It's kind of acting slow, chat. I want to get to it because I think the video is on. I don't want to go to YouTube because it might be. I don't want to get copyrighted. So I'm trying to go on Instagram because the video is on Instagram. Ah, man. Let me see. I don't know. Let me see. Yeah. Let me go back here. Let me type it in Twitter. I know somebody got it on Twitter. Let me know if y'all saw this right here, chat. Let me know if y'all saw this right here. Or if y'all know who this is. This is LeVar Ball. He got two sons in the NBA. I don't want to say he's a controversial person, but he do be saying some crazy stuff. I'm not gonna lie to you, he do be saying some crazy stuff. Um, but his wife left him, and she had a stroke in 2018. But I'm gonna play this right here and kind of give a little backstory. So his wife had a stroke in 2018, and she couldn't really walk. You know what I mean? I don't know if it's any here right here. She couldn't really talk. She couldn't walk. She couldn't do anything. You know what I mean? She couldn't do anything. And they've been together for a while now. They got three sons, two in the NBA, and one. Um, he didn't play in the NBA though. So they've been together for like 30. They've been together like 30 years. Been together like 30 years. Let me play this right here, chat. Hold up. So it said she had a stroke in like 2018, and he stayed and helped her with everything. But he loses his leg, and she dipped. Can't make it up. Legitimately feel bad for the ball. So he did lost his leg, I think, last year sometime. I think from diabetes or something like that. But this is him talking. I think last week about his wife leaving him. And this guy right here, Neon, he's a streamer.
With my wife, who Tina decided to go her own way. That's why you don't see her right here. But she want to go do something else, that's fine with me. We had our run. So even though she had the stroke and getting older, she would never be like, oh man, she was always beautiful in my eyes until you say, I want to go do something else. Yeah. Now you're not as beautiful to me again. And the fact that if you decide to go this way, I'm gonna go that way, that's fine.
That's deep.
It is what it is, man. And like I said, anytime you can find somebody you can stay in love with for a long time, or for one day or whatever, if you can witness that love, that's good. I had that with her. And I found somebody else, but it is what it is.
Wait, who?
No need to worry. And you know
Sorry.
what?
So, Chad, I really brought that up because just what's going on with Chris Johnson and his wife. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, the Ball is kind of controversial figure. You know what I mean? Kind of controversial figure, but he kind of was helping her kind of get back to health. You know what I'm saying? Kind of getting back to health or whatever. And next thing you know, she just ended up leaving him. You know what I mean? So this is one of his sons right here. He's in the NBA. What's this? They found nice moms cheat on his father on Twitter. What? Let me list this right here because I know sometime on Twitter the caption is say something, but the person who's talking they didn't even say that. So let me list this right here.
No, I found out on Twitter. We was in the car. We had just left my grandfather's house on my way to Melo's Drew League game. And then Demo had told me, like, oh, you seen Twitter? I'm like, nah. And he was like, we just got traded. And that's how we found out.
Wow.
So there's no heads up, like out of respect, like because I want no disrespect, but I want to trade Louis. I want to tell him.
See what I mean, Chad? That's why I'm not a fan of Twitter, man, because the caption says Lonzo Ball revealed that he found out his mom cheated. That's not even what he said. He's talking about being traded in the NBA. Let me see what Joe Button on board talking about. What is man, that's 7 minutes. I don't know if I want to play that 7 minutes. Let me listen to their reaction right quick. So this is the Joe Button podcast, and sometimes I do listen to them guys and see what they say. Let me see what they said about LeVar Ball.
Anyway, listen, back to this, because this is good. I think everybody reserves the right to wake up one day and say, I no longer want to be in this marriage.
True.
Sure. I don't even really think you need a reason to feel like that. So I want to respect people's right to make whatever decision they want to make for their life. How you execute that is judge-worthy for me.
Exactly. Timing.
And unfortunately, timing plays a part.
It does.
It does. It plays a part in that. I'm sorry. If we've been going through it in the house and we both unhappy, or you look a little more unhappy and you ready to leave, and then I break my leg the next day, or it's amputated the next day,
and you leave,
I would expect you to stick around for a little while, even if you want to leave.
Especially if I stuck with you through a stroke. I'm sorry, bro.
ain't the same, though.
Timing looks, optically, it looks
I get you
bad.
on the optics.
That's all. I don't know what happened, but just
But
looking
let's just
at
say
it.
hypothetically, again, I'm not talking about LeVar Ball, but let's just say hypothetically, there's a relationship where it's easy to stay with the wife who's had a stroke because you're rich, you can pay for medical care, and you can travel around the world and fuck whoever you want.
The leaps and bounds that Mark take to side with a girl.
I'm not siding with the girl.
Phenomenal.
You're not listening. That's why.
I'm listening.
I'm saying I don't believe anybody. I'm saying I don't assume that he's right just because he said it first. If she would have come out and say, I left him because he was a piece of shit cheater, I'm saying we shouldn't believe her either. I'm just saying I don't assume that just because they got divorced after his leg got amputated, that's the reason. She could still be a piece of shit. She could be fucking a dude. She could be fucking a mailman.
So let me ask you, why does he bring up that point of I stayed with her through a stroke?
Because I have found that when people break up, male or female, or Big Frida, whatever, that people are not very self-aware about why people left them. I feel like people always pick the thing that makes them look best.
I can see that.
That's all I'm saying. So I'm not taking her side. I'm just saying I don't believe a 30-year marriage got so much shit in it, especially when you're rich and famous and live in California, that I don't believe none of this shit.
But it's not. Why are you only talking about him being? That's what the part that's making me.
I just said both of them.
No, I'm talking about when it came to the money. That's what threw me off. When you started talking, you was like, well, when you're rich and you were you talking about both of them?
Yes.
Okay, got it.
That's my point.
Got it.
She could be fucking the pool boy. I'm not saying she's in the right.
Don't fuck the pool boy when I just lost my leg.
She might have been fucking the pool boy for 15 years is my point. Just like he could have been fucking for the last 15. I'm saying.
Okay. Then you have to take a break when I break my leg.
Just at least,
sorry.
Just for right now, at least.
I'm sorry, yo. We raised these kids in this house. They fucking successful. They fucking they athletes.
Rappers.
We did it. We in love. We've been married long enough to whereas the divorce, you will be set for life with the kids and with me from the divorce.
Yeah.
So no, you can't just I cut my leg. I need you to stay here for a second. I do. Sorry, I do. We're up in age.
So, Chad, I'm not gonna play the whole thing. I kind of get what he's saying. You know, he stuck with her through the whole. You know, what I'm saying they've been together for like 30 years. You know, what I mean, they got 3 sons, multi-millionaires now. You know, and she had a stroke, and he stuck with her. You know, but it's like me, Joe Button, them boys right there. Nobody really know what it was going on in their life. You know what I'm saying? 'Cause like I say, LeVar Ball is very, I ain't gonna say very, but he's controversial. You know what I mean? How he talk and stuff like that. You know, and it's like he probably could have been talking shit to her and you know what I mean, all type of stuff. You know what I mean? Really disrespecting her, but nobody really know. And when she had that stroke, she probably was like, you know what, she couldn't really fight for herself. And when she got back healthy and stuff, she like, you know what, I'm back healthy. Shit. Their marriage probably was already on the rocks any damn way. You know what I mean? Their marriage probably was on the rocks anyway. You know what I mean? So I don't know, man. It's kind of wild. But I brought that up because of the Chris Johnson situation, as in his wife. His wife said that, you know what, that's what she was brought here to do, to take care of him. And it's like, you don't meet too many women like that, especially in today's society. You know what I mean? And it's like marriage nowadays, man. It's like it's crazy. It's wild, and it's not back like what it used to be. Back in the old days. Now we got social media and stuff like that, and it's like Instagram and shit like that. You know what I mean? Marriage is like people get divorced over just the stupidest, silly, small things now. Just like, damn, you know what? Get married for like 3 months, have a kid, next thing you know, we get a divorce. Like, it's crazy. Nobody really fight for marriage nowadays. It's just wild. But they've been together for 30 years. You know, um, I don't know, man. Wild situation. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the chat about that. About this whole situation about LeVar Ball and his wife being separated. Crazy situation. All right, chat. How y'all doing though? Y'all doing okay? Let's move on. Let me see. Hold on. Let me go back. Let me go back. What else we talk about right quick? Let me see. Oh, you know what? Since we on that topic, I did post this right here. How about this Lloyd right here? Okay. Let me see if it'll play. Oh man, let me see. Okay, chat. So let me know if y'all agree in the chat. Let me know if y'all agree. But this lawyer right here, he's divorce lawyer James Sexton on why modern marriage feels unfair to men. He says the man. Well, he gonna say it. I ain't need to say all that shit. Let's listen to what he said.
Problem with modern marriage from a man's perspective, as far as I'm concerned. Most of the marriages I know, okay, the man provides financially, he protects, right? He, he's also there.
If you got any women in the chat, man, let me know if y'all agree or disagree.
To be part of the family dynamic, taking care of kids, doing the things that he can do. What does the woman bring? She brings love, affection, a little bit of sweetness at the end of the day, sex. She brings, taking care of kids. Okay. If you get divorced, every single thing on that side of the man equation, he can be compelled to do by the power of the state, and if he fails to do it, they can put him in jail. Nothing on that other side, the female side, is enforceable at law. The court cannot order her to be nice to you, to fuck you, to be a wonderful mother to your children. She can't. They can't force that. So when you have a contract where only one side of it is enforceable with the power of the state and the other side is not, my attitude is, why don't we then just have an honest conversation about what we could both be afraid of and what value we want to attribute
But the court can't force you to protect your wife, and the court can't force you to make money
economically
for your
they
family.
can force you to. They can force you to protect somebody. You can, like, I've had cases where the court says, okay, this person needs a security detail. If it's a celebrity, they say these kids are going to need security for when they go to school, things like that.
But the average person, like, can the court say you have to work to a dad?
Well, what the courts say is Lincoln freed the slaves. If your financial status at the moment you were getting divorced determined what your obligations were, everybody quit their fucking job the minute they were getting divorced.
Right.
So what the courts say is, like, if you're a brain surgeon who now I'm getting divorced, I decided I want to be a fucking yoga teacher.
Right.
The court goes, look, Lincoln freed the slaves. We can't make you be a brain surgeon. You're just going to be you're going to be a yoga teacher who
Wild situation, man. About like I say, divorce is not like it used to be back in the day. I mean, people get divorced over just the silliest things, man. Um, let's talk about the BET Awards, man. Let's talk about the BET Awards. Hold on, let me see. It was something I wanted to talk about there. I don't want to play it because freaking music, and I don't want to get copyright because since I'm on YouTube. Did y'all saw the BET Awards last night though? It was pretty cool. I haven't watched the BET Awards in so long. Like I haven't watched the whole thing, but I watched some of it. You know, what I mean the highlights. I come to Twitter. You know, what I mean, see what's going on. So we do this guy right here, man. What's his name? Oh, that's another vibe. I just tells what you do. I don't know this guy now. I think his name is Jake Long. Like I've been seeing this guy around Twitter and stuff like that, and he goes around just being a racist guy, which is crazy. I guess he was at the BET Awards last night or yesterday, and they got his sign snatch and stuff. Let me see what it says. It says a suspected white supremacist Jake Long thought it was a good idea to have him and his crew of white supremacists come to Los Angeles and hold an anti-black protest at the BET Award. Jake and his crew were immediately ran off the block while they were getting punched on, kicked on, slapped on, and whooped on while their racist sign were getting snatched. Wow. Let's see what happened. All right, chat. So, my thing about that is right there is like, everybody got the freedom of speech to say whatever they want. You got a freedom of speech to say whatever you want, but you got to understand that there's consequences coming behind that. You know what I mean? There's consequences become about what you say out your mouth. And this guy right here and his friends, they come around and they just say some crazy racist stuff, man. You know what I mean? And one thing I don't like in this video is, him being punched and kicked and stuff, which is crazy. I don't think he should have got kicked and punched, even though I'm not a fan of him. But I don't think he should have got kicked. He shouldn't have got touched. You know what I mean? Just being an idiot. You know what I'm saying? We can disagree to agree. But don't put your hands on him because 9 out of 10 now you just attack this guy for basically freedom of speech. You know what I'm saying? Having up a sign, even though he's trying to antagonize them, he didn't touch anybody. You know what I mean? So it's a wild situation, man. And I hope we can kind of get better and just talking it out. You know what I mean? But he has been going around a lot doing crazy stuff, man. I don't want to play the music, man, because it's copyrighted. Yeah, y'all saw that fight Saturday. I'm a big sports fan, man. I love boxing, love sports. Jam Boots beat that guy up Saturday. Ooh, damn, it's crazy. So wow, here what it say? Wife has an affair, cheating on her husband, and 1-year-old daughter finds out on husband's birthday that the other man's impregnated her. She aborts her child. They fail at ripping the baby apart, so she needs 2 abortions. Wow. This woman should face the death penalty. Instead, she has a podcast. That's what the hell she said. She said, "Found out I was pregnant for my affair." It's crazy.
Never said this out loud, but it was my husband's birthday. I was in total shock, complete disbelief. I didn't even want to take a pregnancy test. The other man was the one that pushed me to take a test. So when I saw that I was pregnant, it was like, no, there's no way. There's no way. This cannot be my actual reality. Not today. Finding out that I was pregnant was a complete shock to my system. And I didn't tell anyone for a long time. I carried that and held that inside for almost a year before I shared with anybody. And it was a really rocky couple of months because choosing to get an abortion, they didn't get it all the first time. And so I got really sick, and I was sick for couldn't get out of bed for over a week. And I had a 1-year-old daughter. I couldn't share what was really happening inside, and I didn't know what was happening. I thought that my body was just reacting, and then turns out that I had to go back. And so I had to relive that experience multiple times. Well, I don't wish that experience upon anybody. For me, because it was so big, because it was such an extension, it wasn't quick, it wasn't one moment. I was forced to really feel it, and I was forced to really slow down and process the depth of what that looked like and what that felt like for me. And now being on the other side, seeing that all of that had to happen the way that it did, because I needed the bigness and the intensity of that moment to recognize how much it.
Wow. So she cheated on her husband, and she tried to get an abortion, but they didn't get all the fetus or something like that, and then had to go back in. Yo, that's crazy. Chat. That's crazy. That's crazy. So they said someone's going to have to tell him. So I'm guessing he about to propose. Wow. This is crazy. Look at her reaction. That's wow. Is she excited, chat? Is she excited? I don't know. Maybe she's excited, Chad. I don't fucking know. Maybe she's excited. You know what I mean? Just shocked. Some people I realize, some people they want to get married and they love that person, but they just, their reaction is just crazy. But let me know if y'all seen this right here, Chad. Hold up. Somebody say what? I thought somebody put a comment. They must have deleted it about me reacting to comedy stuff. Maybe I'm tripping, Chad. Um, hold up. I don't know if I put that on my page. Let me see, chat. About this woman proposed to her. This is my Twitter chat. Make sure y'all follow me. This is my Twitter page. Right here. Yeah, right here. So I guess if the FIFA World Cup is in New York, and This woman proposed to her fiance, well, is it her boyfriend? Let me know how y'all feel about this right here, yo. What y'all think about that, chat? A woman proposing to her boyfriend. You know me, man. I'm very traditional. You know what I'm saying? I'm very traditional. So it's like seeing that right there. It's like I don't want to say it's shocking because I don't. I seen it before a couple times. You know what I mean? But I don't see it a lot that a woman proposing to the guy that she loves, she want to get married to. You know what I mean? Like, can we really applaud her for that? Yeah, we could applaud her that for that because you know what? I love this guy. And I want to marry him. So that's what she did. It's a wild situation, but I'm very traditional, man. Like I can't let a woman propose to me. You know what I'm saying? But he's fucking what? He's in front of a lot of people. You know what I mean? Televised on the news and stuff like that. So he probably didn't want to embarrass her. So he probably did have to say yes. So I'm hoping, I hope he dang propose to her like a different time. You know what I'm saying? Like really do it traditional. You know what I mean? But let me know your thoughts in the comments about this whole situation about a woman proposing to a guy. Like it's not wild, but it's like, you know. I gotta start going live more. I've been on live, what, 47 minutes? 47 minutes. 47 minutes went by pretty fast. I'm not gonna lie, chat. Went by pretty fast. What? I don't think it's a certain toothpaste that gets your teeth look like that. I think it probably just or those like veneers probably. I know these like veneers right here, but her teeth look real. Hmm. Yo, y'all be seeing this AB stream, man. He's a former boxer, man. Pretty funny, man, but he has a drinking problem. I ain't gonna lie. He do has a drinking problem. I ain't gonna lie. He do. Mm. Not really going on there, chat. All right, chat. I'm gonna get off here. Uh, I said I was gonna go for an hour. Um, I might come back online later on. I might come back live later on today, tonight. Um, I don't know, man. I'm gonna go sleep. I ain't gonna lie. I work night shift, so I get off at 7 a.m. and came home, take my dog outside, eat some breakfast, and wash off, and here I am looking at y'all. You know. Besides that, man, how y'all day going on? What y'all got going on, man? Not too many people in the chat today. That's cool. That's cool. That's cool. Anyway, I'm out of here, man. Make sure y'all like and subscribe. I do appreciate y'all tuning in. Doesn't matter if I have one or two people in here. You know what I'm saying? Every time I go live, I do appreciate y'all tuning in. Continue to come and watch my videos. I really, really do appreciate that. You know, once again, like I said, I might come back on and go live later. I don't know. I might. We'll see. But hey, I'll see y'all later, man.